around them when everything else in their lives had changed. Downstairs, I quickly made a sandwich lunch, which I ate at the table with my mobile phone beside me. I was expecting Edith or the children's social worker to phone at any moment, as soon as the care order had been granted and they'd left court. Of course, there was a chance the order wouldn't be granted. If so, then preparing the room would have all been for nothing. It had happened to me in the past. I'd been put on standby to receive a child or children, and plans had changed at the last minute, which is why foster carers have to be flexible. It's unusual for a care order not to be granted, but what happens more often is that a relative steps in at the last minute to look after the children, so they don't have to go to a foster carer they don't know. I'd just finished eating my sandwich when my mobile rang. "Cathy Glass?" a female voice asked. "Yes, speaking." I could hear traffic noise in the background. "It's Tess Baldwin, social worker for Molly and Kit. I believe Edith spoke to you this morning, and you're expecting Kit and Molly?" "Yes, that's right. The room is ready." "Good. We're on our way to collect them. We should be with you by 5 o'clock. The children have never been away from home before, so are likely to be very upset." "Oh, poor dears." My heart clenched. "I don't have any information about them other than their ages." "I'll explain more when I see you. The family only came to the notice of the social services on Monday. The decision to remove the children was made by us yesterday afternoon." It was only Thursday now, which showed just how urgent they considered it to be to bring the children to a place of safety. I had a couple of hours before Molly and Kit arrived. I texted Adrian, Lucy and Paula to let them know the children were coming, so it wouldn't be a complete surprise. I then went quickly into the high street where I bought a trainer cup, nappies and baby wipes for Kit. I assumed he was still in nappies, and some snack food that might tempt them both if they were too upset to eat. For example, corn and carrot sticks, little packets of dried fruit and fromage frais in brightly decorated pots. If the children didn't come with their own clothes, I'd be back here tomorrow to buy them what they needed. We'd get by tonight with the spares I kept in the ottoman in my bedroom. I had most sizes, from newborn to teens, all washed and pressed and ready for emergency use. An hour later I was home again, and, having unpacked the shopping, I began to make a cottage pie for dinner later. There wouldn't be much time once the social worker arrived with Kit and Molly, and most children enjoy cottage pie. I didn't know yet if Kit and Molly had any special dietary requirements, allergies, or special needs, and it would be something I'd ask Tess when they arrived. If this had been a planned move, I would normally have received background information like this in advance of the children arriving, but this was an emergency, so everything was happening quickly. Shortly after 4 o'clock, my phone rang, and it was Tess, the children's social worker. "We're in the car with the children," she said. "We should be with you in about 20 minutes. Molly will need a change of clothes. She's just wet herself." "I'll have some ready," I said. "Tell her not to worry." I knew how children fretted if they had an accident. It wasn't surprising she'd wet herself, given the trauma of being taken from home. "See you shortly," Tess said, and ended the call. I went upstairs to my bedroom, where I searched through the ottoman until I found a new packet of pants marked age 3 to 4 years, and a pair of jogging bottoms and matching top that should fit Molly. I took them into the children's bedroom and returned downstairs, my heart thumping loudly from nervous anticipation. Waiting for a new child or children to arrive is always nerve-wracking for the foster carer, regardless of how many times they've done it before. We worry if the children will like and trust us enough to help them, if we can meet their needs and work with their family. Very important. Now I had the added challenge of fostering not one child, but 2, who were both very young. I hadn't fostered little ones in a long while. As a specialist foster carer with lots of experience, I was usually asked to look after older children with challenging behaviour, who, to be honest, I felt more confident in dealing with. Would I remember what to do with 2 little ones? My crisis of confidence continued until the doorbell rang, when common sense and instinct kicked in. I answered it with a bright smile. "Hello, I'm Cathy. Come in." 2 female social workers stood before me.